These puppies, once you see their faces, you can't turn your back on them. So I appreciate everyone here to lend their support.
Thank you. And I also want to recognize our local supporters. The State's Attorney's Office, Sean McCarthy, is also here with us, showing that we have support on this, all the way to the local level. We couldn't be more grateful. Senator Kramer, could you say a few words as, again, the sponsor of the Beagle Freedom Act, someone who's devoted years of legislative work to saving these animals? If you'd like to say a few words about why this matters.
Yes, good morning. I'm Ben Kramer, and I'm here today representing my colleagues in the Maryland State Senate, and I have with me Delegate Vaughn Stewart, Delegate Linda Foley, who are representing our colleagues in the Maryland House of Delegates. And the reason that we are here is that when it was revealed this week, the Humane Society undercover video footage, we were outraged to witness the abuse and the brutal handling of these loving, caring beagles in this facility, in this research lab in Indiana. But then what we found out is that this company, Inotiv, is opening their East Coast headquarters in the building right behind us. They already have a presence here in Montgomery County, Maryland. They have a facility on 15 First Field Road that if you visit it, there is nothing you will see on the building that identifies any shape or form who occupies it. The windows are all mirrored, but what USDA records show is there are dogs in that facility. So we have a depiction that may not be that far off. And I'll call your attention to the back of this building that says recycling, trash, and dead dogs. Well, if you go over to their facility at 15 First Field Road, what you'll find around back is a dumpster for trash and a dumpster that says hazardous waste. And so our demand of Inotiv, if they want to be here in Montgomery County in the state of Maryland, is that they are going to have to step up to the plate and be good corporate citizens. What we witnessed in the videotape is the complete opposite. The Humane Society just concluded their undercover investigation, and PETA, in a totally separate investigation just to our south in Virginia, at a fully owned subsidiary of Inotiv, a company called Envigo, found egregious, barbaric treatment of beagles in that facility. And so clearly this is a business model of this company, and it happens behind closed doors, and now it has been revealed how they conduct themselves. They are refusing to allow the beagles at the research facility in Indiana, the Humane Society undercover research facility, they're refusing to release those beagles when the testing is done. Those dogs are scheduled to start being killed en masse this coming Tuesday, May 17th. And we are demanding that Inotiv free those dogs rather than slaughter them. And if in fact those dogs somehow in their suffering in this testing have somehow benefited humankind, we have an obligation, Inotiv has an obligation to show them some human kindness and live out what remainder of their lives they have in a loving home, knowing a little bit of happiness. Now, what also is distressing is that we have learned taxpayer dollars are being given to this company with these brutal business practices. And my message to Inotiv and to Governor Hogan is that we will not tolerate blood on taxpayer hands. We are not going to have money going to corporate killers. If Inotiv wants to be here, then let them step up to the plate, prove themselves a worthwhile corporate citizen. The first step, release the Inotiv 80. The second step, going forward, you're going to work with us. to ensure that these brutal practices change. And I'm going to ask my friends in the media, when you get the typical response from Inotiv that, well, A, they are required to do this by federal law, that you question them. Because the facts are, they are not required. Number two, when they tell you they're required, ask them if they're required to have these dogs suffering, dying on cold concrete floors in agony in a laboratory with no veterinarian care. Ask them if that's a requirement, because it's not. So I also want to acknowledge that we have Ms. Woodward here, who handles all of the state's attorneys' animal welfare issues. And I want to recognize my friends in labor who are standing here in solidarity with the animal welfare groups that are here today. And the reason for that is that the folks who are members of labor are our friends and our neighbors and our family members in the community. And our community is outraged to see the brutality of this facility. And apart from that, they're outraged to see taxpayer dollars going to this company. Those taxpayer dollars could be used for so many more appropriate needs here in the county and here in the state. And finally, labor is outraged that the employees of these facilities are understaffed and untrained and being forced to do horrific things to these loving companion animals. And with that, I'm going to ask that Ray Lee, who's here, and folks, when I say that labor's in the house, the Washington Metropolitan Maryland AFL-CIO sent out a press release last night. We have AFSCME here with us today. And we have UFCW Local 1994, and this is Ray Lee, and he's got a few words to say.
Today is a sad day. When Senator Kramer reached out to us and sent us the information as to what Inotiv was doing, we were outraged. He sent it along with a video. I can't tell you the response that we got from our members when we shared it with them. Most of which wanted to be here but had to be at work serving the residents of Montgomery County. But I'll tell you, taxpayer dollars should not be used to subsidize a company that forces workers to violate the Animal Welfare Act. It's sad. It would be irresponsible for us as leaders, as a government, and more importantly as a community to sit back and not use our collective power to change their behavior. I'm here today and I'm not going to speak much because I'm ready to raise hell. That's what we do. We're pissed off. We're tired of our elected officials allowing this stuff to happen on Montgomery County soil, and there should be more of them here today. These animals don't have a voice, but I'll tell you, they do today. Because the mighty 8,000 members at McGeo are standing in solidarity with the Humane Society, Senator Ben Kramer, the residents of the county, and more importantly, these animals. Let's raise some hell, because when animal rights are under attack, what do?
Stand up and fight back!
When animal rights are under attack, what do?
Stand up and fight back!
Let's go.
Here, here. Before we conclude, and at the conclusion, we're going to take a walk up and down in front of Inotiv's brand new headquarters here and communicate the message that Inotiv, this isn't the end of the story. This is just the beginning. You want to be here in Maryland? You want taxpayer dollars? There's a conversation that's going to be had, and it begins here and now with freeing the Inotiv 80. That's our demand, and that's going to be the story going forward. Thank you all for being here. Jennifer?
Yes, sir.
You ready? Are you finished?
Yes.
Anything
Yes.
else?
So our beagle is still very, very close. So when the owner arrives, anyone wants to see, this is a beagle that was freed from a rescue facility and is now living her best life as a companion animal. So she will be here very, very soon. We do apologize for that delay. But we want to make sure we get the crowd, moving before the rain reopens on us. I think we're pushing our luck a bit, so let's
Let's take a walk up the sidewalk in front of Inotiv.
Here he is.
And folks, as we walk up, let's let them know they need to free the Inotiv 80. Free the Inotiv 80. Free the Inotiv 80. Free the Inotiv 80.
Beagles.
Free the Inotiv 80.
Speaker.
Free the Inotiv 80.
Free the Inotiv 80.
Free the Inotiv 80.
I gotcha. Keep going.
Free the Inotiv 80. 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 And folks, before we wrap up, I want you to know at this very moment in San Diego, there is a huge protest going on at the company that hired Inotiv to abuse these dogs. So we've got friends, they are out there rabble-rousing and letting the folks know that this is unacceptable, and the company that hired them is going to be called to account for what they have done as well. Folks, thank you very much for being here. God bless all of you.
Thank you.
This is a mission of love. We're on the side of the angels here.
Yes.
Don't forget
Yes.
that. That's where we are.
Yes.
So thank you all very much for being here and letting Inotiv know, this is not the way we conduct business in Maryland. They're not in Kansas anymore, and they ain't in Indiana. They're in Maryland. So God bless all of you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, we can break huddle.
We actually probably
And very well spoken.
Any comments? Would you make it?
Sure, yeah.
Go ahead. Anytime.
Oh, so thankful for everybody who came out today. I think we showed that in addition to more than 250,000 people who've signed our petition, people in Maryland are riled up about this and they want to see those 80 dogs released. And we look forward to the day that they are.
And what was your name again?
Kathleen Conley with the Humane Society of the United States.
Okay, spell that first and last name.
Kathleen Conley, Conlee, and I'm Vice President with Animal Research Issues for the Humane Society of the United States.
And one more time, the goal was to do what today here?
So there are 80 beagle puppies being used right now in Inotiv's laboratory in Mount Vernon, Indiana. They are having substances forced down their throat every day as we speak. We want this test to end and those beagles to be released. Of course, there are thousands of other animals being used today, but these are the 80 we want to see Inotiv release right away. Thank you.
Scooter's here to help protect his brothers and sisters. That's a beautiful little Scooter. Thanks for being here, Scooter.
Thank you.
Senator, any more words? You summed it all up. I don't think there's anything else left to say. But
Thank you for being here.
just in case.
Very much appreciate it. Really do
All right.
appreciate it.
All right.
Thank
You got any words?
Yeah, I would just say as
First of all, what's your name?
Nevie Brooks.
Hi, Nevie.
Hi, Nevie.
Okay.
I am both a Montgomery County resident, a Maryland resident, as well as a part with the Humane Society of the United States. As the proud owner of a beagle mix, you probably may have heard her howling during Senator Kramer's speech. She is everything that represents why these companies test on beagles, because they are docile, because they have easy temperaments, because they have gentle manners and gentle temperaments, and she loves everybody. And those beagles in that lab were wagging their tails even as they knew what was coming, and that's Gypsy. She literally runs up to people holding weed whackers because she loves people so much, and it breaks my heart that is manipulated into making them suffer.
And what do you want to happen?
I want not only for these 80 beagles to be released today, but I want us to invest in actual effective, more efficient testing methods that don't require animals. There is technology out there that allows us to develop life-saving medical research and treatment methods that don't require animal use. There are organ chip studies, there is diabetic treatments that don't require animal testing, that it proved to be even more efficient than the animal testing methods, and that's what I want as a longer, grander goal. Not just these 80 beagles and all animals to one day be free.
Okay. Thank you.
Look at that dog face. This is what, can you imagine those people who would do harm? Look at Cookie. Look at how photogenic Cookie is. This is what we're all about, folks. That people would do harm to this beautiful thing. Thank you, Cookie.
This is the star right
This
here.
is Cookie, yes. This is the star.
Talk to me a little bit about Cookie.
Kramer walks the walk.
Here's Cookie's owner. This is Cookie's
Talk to me a little
owner.
bit about Cookie.
Well, Cookie's a rescue. She's 10 and a half. She had 5 owners before she came to her current home, and she was in rough shape. She was not a nice little doggy. It took
And she
a
was
while.
she used in research? Or
No,
no? Okay, Cookie was
that
not.
I know of, but
Okay.
other abusive places.
Yeah, that's what this is all about. Saving these babies.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's what they are.
How
They
did
are
you-
so
how
sweet
did you
and
hear
docile.
about it, and what made you want to step in?
I do a lot of volunteer work for Homeward Trails, which is a very terrific rescue in Fairfax Station. And whatever they need doing, I do, because I love animals.
What was your name, ma'am?
Jay Schissel,
Can you spell it for me?
Jaye, Schissel.
And so again, talk to me once again about once you saw her and the conditions and why did you want to step in?
She needed a home. She had a rough life, and it wasn't her fault. People were bad to her, and she's just a sweet little dog. But she's come around over time and is now a love bug.
How long have you had her?
Let's see, about 6 years.
Like taking a dog like
No,
taking a dog like this and putting a tube down its throat.
no, and
Feeding
poisoning
it with
it
toxins.
and letting it lay on the floor writhing in pain
Yeah.
until it dies.
We wouldn't do that. No, I think you're good.
Do you want any more satellites by Kathleen Conley?
I think I got it.
People actually
You guys didn't have any more comments or anything else?
No, no. We want to make sure everyone gets safely home before the skies open up on us again.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Hey, Microwave, this is Dion. I'm coming down. Okay, bye.